The Boy Followed by a Black Rain Cloud. A magical story about gratitude. Have you ever seen black rain fall from the sky? Not gray rain, not muddy rain, real black rain. The strangest thing is that it only followed one boy. Wherever he went, the black rain went too. People pointed, laughed, and whispered. But nobody knew the secret behind that mysterious cloud. The boy's name was Gus Grumplings. If there was a championship for complaining, Gus would have won first place every year. He complained in the morning, complained at lunch, and complained before bed. Complaining was almost his favorite hobby. Gus had a nice home, loving parents, good friends, and plenty of toys. Yet he never felt satisfied. If he got a new bicycle, he would say the seat was uncomfortable. If someone gave him ice cream, he would say it melted too fast. Nothing was ever good enough. One birthday, Gus received a shiny toy car. Most children would have jumped with joy. Gus looked at it for 2 seconds and groaned. "Why isn't it bigger? Why doesn't it make louder sounds?" His parents sighed. They loved him very much, but his complaints never seemed to end. When Gus visited the zoo, he found new reasons to complain. The lions are sleeping, the monkeys are too noisy, the giraffes are too tall, the visit is too short. By the end of the day, even the animals seemed tired of listening to him. One afternoon, Gus played football with his friends. After only 5 minutes, he started grumbling. "There are too many players. One ball isn't enough. The field is too dusty. The sun is too bright." His friends rolled their eyes. Far above the town floated a magical cloud named Chuckles. Chuckles was famous among clouds for playing harmless pranks. He loved teaching lessons to people who needed them. That day, as he drifted through the sky, he heard Gus complaining again and again. Chuckles stopped moving. "Goodness," he said. "This boy complains more than a squeaky door." Curious, he floated lower and watched Gus for a while. The more he listened, the more he shook with laughter. "I think this young fellow needs a special surprise," Chuckles chuckled. A mischievous grin spread across his fluffy face. Then he took a deep breath and squeezed himself very hard. Splash! A stream of thick black rain poured directly onto Gus's head. Within seconds, Gus looked like he had fallen into a giant bucket of black paint. "What now?" yelled Gus. "This is the worst day ever!" He ran left. The cloud followed. He ran right. The cloud followed. He hid behind a tree. The cloud moved behind the tree, too. People on the street could not stop laughing. One old man joked, "Look! That cloud must think Gus is a walking flower pot that needs watering." Everyone laughed except Gus. The next day was exactly the same. Black rain followed him to school. Black rain followed him to the park. Black rain followed him to the bakery. Even his sandwich became black. Soon the children started avoiding him. Nobody wanted black rain splashing all over their clothes. Whenever Gus walked toward a group of kids, they scattered like pigeons. This made him complain even more. Only one person stayed by his side. Her name was Gladys. She was cheerful, kind, and always smiling. People often said she could find sunshine inside a thunderstorm. After nearly a week of endless black rain, Gus was miserable. "My life is ruined," he moaned dramatically. "This cloud has destroyed everything." Gladys tilted her head and smiled. "Destroyed everything?" she asked. "Are you sure? Think about it. You're the only person in town with your own personal cloud. That's actually pretty special." Gus stared at her. "Special? It's raining black goo on my head." "Exactly," said Gladys. "Nobody else has black rain. We should have some fun with it." Gus thought it sounded ridiculous, but since Gladys was his only friend left, he agreed to listen. The next day, Gladys took him to the town swimming pool. She told Gus to stand beside it for hours, while the cloud continued pouring black rain. Little by little, the entire pool turned dark black. Then Gladys invited all the children in town. At first, they were confused, but once they jumped into the black water, they discovered something amazing. Nobody could see each other underwater. They invented the funniest game of hide-and-seek ever. The children laughed so hard that some of them accidentally swallowed pool water and came up coughing and giggling. Even Gus couldn't stop smiling. For the first time, something good had come from the black rain. Soon the children invented dozens of games. One favorite was called Wet the Cat. Gus would walk near a grumpy cats while the cloud dripped on them. The cats would leap into the air like furry rockets and sprint away with shocked expressions. The children laughed until their stomachs hurt. Another game involved creating giant black puddles. The children pretended the puddles were portals to another planet. They jumped through them dramatically, shouting, "Take me to Planet Pickles!" The town had never seen such silly fun. Day after day, more children joined. Gus suddenly became the most popular kid in town. Everywhere he went, laughter followed him. People no longer avoided the black rain. They actually looked forward to it. Then something unexpected happened. One evening, Gus looked up at Chuckles and smiled. It was the first genuine smile the cloud had ever seen on the boy's face. At that moment, Chuckles knew the lesson was working. But the biggest surprise was yet to come. The next morning, the black rain stopped. Everyone looked up in confusion. Instead of black rain, bright streams of red, blue, green, yellow, and purple rain poured from the cloud. The town erupted with excitement. Children danced through rainbow puddles. They painted giant pictures on the streets. Some even accidentally turned their dogs pink and blue. One dog looked so colorful that people thought it was a walking rainbow. For 2 magical days, the town became the happiest place anyone had ever seen. Then, just as suddenly as he had arrived, Chuckles prepared to leave. Before floating away, he whispered, "Mission completed," but nobody heard him except Gus. Gus looked at the cloud and finally understood everything. Chuckles had never been punishing him. The cloud had been teaching him. If he kept focusing only on problems, he would miss all the wonderful things hidden inside them. Gus waved goodbye and thanked the cloud. Chuckles winked and disappeared beyond the mountains. Years later, whenever something went wrong, Gus remembered the incredible black rain. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" he started asking, "What good can come from this?" That simple change made his life happier than ever, and the people of the town never forgot the boy with the black cloud who learned that every problem can hide an unexpected gift. Moral of the story: life becomes brighter when we stop complaining and start looking for the good in every situation. Sometimes what seems like a problem at first can become the greatest blessing of all.